Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? It's Kev Clark HD. Thank you again for checking in and watching. We're going to continue to make progress and continue to put the work in and try to chase this thing. Keep creating, keep making music, keep creating videos, keep creating content. Hopefully y'all enjoy it because I'm having a time of my life. I feel great doing it. Several years before this, almost a decade, I think I was trapped or stuck, paralyzed by overthinking and overanalyzing, and I spent years in kind of regret and trying to chase doing music and making videos and being in the spotlight and stepping into a place where I'm not totally comfortable being. As I've shared in previous videos, my music, I try to make music that resonates with me as well as, other people. It's always going to stem from personal experience, personal thoughts. It may not always be 100%. I might take inspiration from something that I went through and kind of make it a little bit more exaggerated, or it might be straight word for word the exact situation that happened. So I always got caught up in not really trying to release anything and just kind of making it a diary. If you haven't watched the last videos, go check them out. But the things we were discussing were how to publish a song. I do not know. I'm not a teacher. I'm not sure if this is the right way. I'm just giving you a look into what I'm doing in my process. There is really no right one way of doing things. I'm just focusing on doing them. I published a song called PTSD on all major streaming platforms via DistroKid. I learned how to get publishing and learned how to get involved with ASCAP, which is your performance rights organization. I thought I had the correct way to do it. That was not the case. As soon as I turned the video off, I ran into 1,000 problems. That's why I kind of do the video and then, figure out if that was the right way or not and then make another video. Because I want y'all to see me make the mistakes and come out the other side alive. Because one thing that I thought about my whole life is I didn't want to do things the wrong way. And for some reason, I thought it would leave an irreversible effect on my career or my passion or whatever I was trying to build. And it's just not true. Don't spend $100,000 on something you don't believe in, maybe finance. You might want to look into it and analyze it a good amount. But as far as just processes, I picked the song PTSD. I made it about 3 years ago, maybe. It's an okay song. I purposely chose this song because I thought it was good enough to be out in the public, for the public to hear. Two is I wanted to do what I like to call a dry run. Things that I would say that maybe to consider, that I need to consider moving forward is one, that it takes DistroKid about 2 to 5 days before your release date to actually become available to get on the streaming platforms. I posted it yesterday. It's still not on there as of today, which is fine because again, this is a dry run. Like, I didn't tell anybody this was gonna be out. I'm not holding anybody's, I didn't promise nothing, but this is why we do the dry run. Because what if I did a full social media promo, paid for a sponsor, it's coming out this day, and then I get 100 people ready to go listen and it's not there? That is what I'm trying to avoid. ASCAP and the ENI number that you would receive from the IRS for your LLC, it takes like 2 weeks or something to get your EIN number processed or registered or whatever it needs to do. So I still haven't been able to apply for a publisher account. I was able to do Song Trust finally later last night because, and let me just pull it up quick. DistroKid gives you this type of code called an ISRC code that gets updated after a few hours of updating a DistroKid. Then you get that code, boom, you can manually register that song on Song Trust with that code. Again, from my understanding, I don't know for a fact. This is just my process. This is gonna be compiled hopefully with 100, 200, 300, 400 more videos, and it'll be a real collection. I'm not a videographer. I don't really know how to do these videos like that. But what it does is it forces me to do instead of just talking about it or planning it. I planned this video today. I wanted to touch on one thing, the mistakes that I made in the previous video. But other than that, I really don't have a set plan for what I do with these videos. So my objective for today is to get back into my creative zone. I've been doing a lot of business-esque things. You will lose it if you do not use it. I lost it for a good while. I thought I would never get it back, and I had to absolutely force myself in many, many different ways to be able to get to the level that I'm at now. What I did was, for about 3 to 4 months, I strictly worked on pen. I just wrote lyrics. I wrote lyrics on notepads. I wrote lyrics on my laptop, phone, work, Google Docs, random words, freestyle in the car. Switch it up, because if I had written something, say on a piece of paper, and I only got so far, I would get very discouraged. At this point, I wasn't making songs, flexing the muscles. Now it's time to start getting in that record mode, whatever. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, to keep the creative juices flowing, switch it up. I would make songs a very specific way, at a specific time, in a specific mood, and it wasn't a recipe or a formula for success. I wanted to be behind the scenes, not in the spotlight. I didn't want to make content for social media, just wanted to write and record, and really that was it. Now I'm really falling in love with the business and just making music. You have to make time to flex that muscle. The business is important, but you need to keep that balance of the creativity. The book called The E-Myth taught me about your kind of entrepreneur side, your manager side, and the tactician. So your worker, your manager, and then of course the dreamer is what I'm calling it. You gotta exercise each muscle. The dreamer, for me, works pretty much all day. The manager is that business side and then also that creates the processes for the creative, for the tactician. So when I step into my creative zone, I've already set up things to where I don't get discouraged. So if I start writing, I put on a few beats, I don't really like the way it's going, I move. I already know what to do next, so I can keep creative juices flowing. I come in with really no expectation, just the objective to flex the muscle, and or whatever the objective may be. It's like, okay, I need to get at least one idea down. All right, perfect. Idea doesn't have to be great, but I at least have to record because I have to flex that muscle too. It's not as simple as just writing and then going to rap. There is some technicality behind it. I don't know it. From what I can tell, just from experience, like there's certain things you need to do to get it to sound right. Your energy's gotta be up. You can't be reading. Maybe tighten your stomach up on certain difficult parts to articulate certain syllables to be said a certain way because the snare, and you want to right on that. It's just about repetition, excellence in execution, authenticity over perfection. I have to repeat it. These videos are for people to watch and enjoy. Hopefully maybe what I say resonates with them and makes them want to do something, or it gives them an idea, it inspires them in a way, whatever. But the main purpose for these videos is for me. This is a therapy session. I'm not talking to you, except I'm talking to myself basically, and that's just how I get my thoughts out. This is another muscle I'm exercising. I'm getting my talking out, I'm getting my camera working, I'm articulating, I'm getting my video editing in. Not that I need it, but it's important to have, just because if I want to create something, I want to create it. I don't want to wait for Joe, Steve, or Nick, George, whatever. I don't want to wait for nobody. I just want to do consistent. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm 30 years old. I don't have fucking time. I didn't have time when I was fucking 24. I don't have time now. So now I have to double down. I gotta make a video every day. I gotta write a verse every day. I have to. While I'm doing it, I feel amazing. I'm at work. I want to get home. I want to get back to the studio. I want to get a beat. I want to get some lyrics down on a piece of paper. I want to record something. I want to freestyle something. I want to make a video. I might have already said that, but now I'm repeating it because I'm getting hyped up. But see, this is what it does. Is now I'm getting hyped. So when I go and I get in creative, I got something to talk about. I'm not gonna leave you, or maybe I will leave you with this, and then I can maybe time lapse the next video. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe I'll try that this video. Again, it's about doing. Have an idea, fucking execute it. Just go hard. Fuck it. If I do this and I show you the time lapse and it doesn't do well, people say it's stupid, great, I don't do it again. But maybe they love it, and maybe that's what I've been looking for the whole time. Doubt it, but we're gonna try it anyway. I appreciate y'all checking in. Here goes a time lapse of my session tonight. My phone can only record so much, so it is what it is. Again, I appreciate y'all checking in, appreciate y'all listening. Keep creating, keep doing what the fuck you wanna do. Excellence in execution, authenticity over perfection. All right, so I just got, for an example, this is what happens. I start writing verses. So this is my first verse of the day. Just started writing, put on one beat. And for the sake of the video, I wanted to do the previous time lapse of what you just saw. That was just kind of me writing. I think I got about like maybe 10 bars in. I don't really like this verse, but I'm gonna just spit it real quick for you. And I'm also gonna record it. And this is what I mean by the process. When I was younger, not that I'm old, but I'm just saying in the previous part of my career, if I had wrote this 10 bars and I like the beat's okay. Shout out to Stoic, producer on YouTube. I would have been very discouraged, and I might have even stopped writing for the day. Maybe not, but I think I would have never, at the very minimum, I would have never recorded it. I would have just thrown it away, never really looked at it again. Because I might in 3 days come back and say, wait, I kind of like this idea. Maybe I could take this bar out or these few bars out and continue it like this, or write a whole new verse, or write a whole new hook, chorus, whatever. And then it becomes a good song. I never did that. These little tidbits of like pieces of songs, I never saved. I would never record them. I don't want to say advice, but the way it's been working for me, record everything, because I've gone back to songs. Oh wow, I really like even just one bar, and it creates an entire song that you didn't normally or didn't originally intend to make. Again, back to exercising and stretching those muscles gets you recording. Like, I'm gonna record these 10 bars until it's sufficient enough, and I'm gonna store it. Maybe I'll send it to me so I can listen to it back, like in the headphones at another time. Excellence in execution, authenticity over perfection, every single time. I guess I'll find out later. A notice in quality. I'm recording on the cinematic version of my phone. It looks pretty good. I look kind of crazy though. Anyway, shout out to Stoic, the producer. This is his Tyler the Creator type beat, In Your Eyes. It's alright, it's pretty good. Yeah, sorry I'm not super focused on the camera. I'm just gonna bust this verse out and just a quick verse. Yeah, look, I feel the difference, my frequency shift. Listen, I needed this shit. Higher level learning, I'm urging you, please leave the kid alone in the throne room. I'm a goat on the Pro Tools. Look, my presence is greatness. I don't condone nothing, no moves are made. Yeah, I'm a boss in a sense of chief. Lost you maybe with words, I got you, it's nice to meet me. This lobster, the water's Fiji, the bourbon, well that's Kentucky. She shake it as if Rashiki. Freaky. It ain't no secret, I'm back. This is easy, this is water, write a verse and I snap. Real simple, real easy, real light. Usually as soon as I start talking about rapping, I know it's not a verse that I could use. I don't really like putting words that reference being a rapper or rapping, unless the song directly relates about that. I want people to, like, when I listen to Drake, I want to feel like I'm the biggest artist in the world. When I listen to Jay, one of the biggest artists in the world, don't crucify me for that. When I listen to Jay, I feel like a drug dealer in Brooklyn. Like, I feel like American Gangster. I feel like Blue Magic, Frank Lucas. How I listen to music is to embody the person. That's why, like, when Drake says, like, oh, I'm in a Masoni room at the Bibelos, if you know, you know. Like, I have no fucking idea what that means. But, like, when it's on, I'm moving a little different. I move a little different. Feel me? The linens touch my skin a little bit lighter. I don't know, yeah, whatever. The verse is cool, but I'm gonna go record it, and then later, maybe a few days, I'll decide that it's trash. I'm gonna, just try to continue with excellence and execution, try to keep doing what I'm doing, and try to build and create things that resonate with me, and hopefully they resonate with you. Keep creating, keep doing what you do. Love.